Hi there, good morning, it's Joe from Brentwood Lettings here in Moston. I hope you're having a nice day. Thanks for watching the video. I'm here today to talk to you about what it means to be a landlord. I'm sure a few of you who are watching this video probably own a couple of properties. You might have 1, 2, maybe even 10. You might be an accidental landlord, so you've purchased a property and you're now renting it out to a friend or a family member. Or this might be something that you do for a living. This might be your profession. Whatever it is, I'm sure you're very, very passionate about your property. You want to make sure it's done to a high standard, you want to make sure it's rented to a good tenant, and you want to make sure you're up to date with the latest legislation. Well, if you are going it alone, if you are being a landlord on your own, you're doing it for yourself, you need to make sure that you are a fit and proper landlord. Now, what is a fit and proper landlord? It's quite a subjective term. Well, I'm going to give you some specifics. A fit and proper landlord is someone that looks after their property, which again is quite a general term, but going into the specifics, you need to make sure that the house is gas safe. So you need to, by law, you have to every 12 months do a gas safety inspection, checking all the gas appliances, the hob, the boiler, fire, things like that, and making sure they're all safe. If they're not safe, then you need to put a warning sticker on them, and you need to obviously repair whatever needs to be repaired. You also need to make sure your property is electrically safe. So do a full electrical inspection on the property to make sure all the sockets, all the light fittings, the consumer units, everything is all safe and working. Now, the law states that the electrics must be in a safe and working order. And what we take from that on our own properties is we might as well just do a certificate on it. If we're going to do one for gas, we may as well do one for electric. They're equally as important, they're also equally as dangerous. Another part of being a fit and proper landlord is to check things like the roof. Have a look, are there any slip slates, are there any cracked slates? Does the chimney need capping? Is the lead, is the flashing all okay? Are there any signs of damp in the property? Have a look round, bring a damp meter with you. You can actually get something that you put in the wall and it recognises if there's any signs of damp. These are things that you should do usually when the house is vacant before you've rented it out, because obviously it'll save you time and money after the tenant's moved in. It'll also save you in case the council gets involved, which is the last thing you want. So being a fit and proper landlord isn't just about, renting your property out and collecting the rent. It's about being responsible. It's about making sure things are in place before the tenant moves in, and also being there for the tenant when the tenant lives there. You need to ensure you're available. Have you got an on-call mobile number that you can give to the tenant? Can they ring you on Christmas Day if your boiler's gone down? Can they ring you when you're on holiday if their electrics have gone? What can you do about it? That's something that you need to think about when you are renting your property out. You need to be available for tenants. Some tenants, they might need a bit more care, they might need a bit more help. Some tenants might be, we have tenants on our books who we might not hear from for 6 months, 2 years. Some tenants, they might ring us once a month with different complaints, different repairs. It's about being able to manage that, about being able to manage the property and also manage the tenant as well. Also, what you've got to think about when being a fit and proper landlord is about the local area itself. If you have an empty property on a street, whatever street that might be, it might be a cul-de-sac, it might be a row of terrace properties. When a to let sign goes up, straight away neighbours are going to be thinking, who's going to be moving in? Who's going to be my next door neighbour? So when you're advertising, you need to keep that in mind. You need to make sure that whoever's moving into this property has passed all the reference checks, provided proof of ID, proof of income, and is, passed their references, credit check, work reference check. These are things that we do whenever we move a tenant in. We've got to think about how long that tenant's going to live in the property. If we just threw anyone in a property, if we didn't reference them properly, then they might destroy the property, we might get complaints from neighbours, they might get into lots of rent arrears. So it's about doing everything at the start. Like I said in previous videos, doing everything at the start will save you a lot of time and a lot of money further down the line. So that in general is what a fit and proper landlord is. It's about looking after your property, it's about looking after your tenant, it's about being there for the tenant if they have any problems, it's about making sure that you are fully compliant with any legislation on gas and electric, EPCs, water, anything like that. So that's the end of the video. If you have any queries, just give us a call. Like I always say, it's 0161 681 3724, or drop me an email. It's joe@brentwood-lettings.co.uk, or pop into the office. We're here on Moston Lane, 364 Moston Lane in Moston. Call in any time. We're open Monday, Friday 9 till 5 and Saturday 9 till 1. I hope you have a lovely day. Thanks again for watching this video, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.